So now let's see, you want to recognize other people's social styles, because then you know how to approach them and how to be effective in that relationship, how to talk with them in that key conversation, and what to say and how to react and how to, and kind of play with that. So the way to, this is a really quick model, there's actually few ways to find out what someone else's social style is. You can just have them draw a little grid, explain to them, and ask them to plot themselves in. You know, it's kind of fun though to have the conversation. While you were working on this, I also thought it would be fun to ask someone else where they would plot you, right? Because that might be different. You might look like a driver to someone else while you actually feel like you're an expressive. So, and that is really different in how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you, and that might be actually a really good eye-opener for you. So, maybe we might need to make that part of the homework. So, the way to assess other people's social styles is when you're in a conversation, you observe the pace of the conversation. So we've seen that some people are slower and other people are faster talkers. Yeah. So you look at, is this a fast talker or is this a slow talker? Somebody that talks a little bit more thoughtful, or somebody that really talks fast to get their facts across and to get their ideas across really fast. So, okay. That's the first distinction that you make. Then, when you say, okay, this is a fast talker, what is the initial emphasis of the conversation? Is it a person that is task-oriented? Are they talking about the work that needs to get done? Yeah. Or is this a person that's relationship-oriented? Is he talking about the team and how certain decisions will affect the team, how some people are going to get along, or something, whatever it is. So who's this in the social styles?
Driver.
The driver, yeah, driver. And who's this?
Expressive.
Expressive, yeah. Awesome. Got it. So then we have, if it's a person that talks a little slower, more thoughtful, calmer voice, not that loud, then you say, okay, what's the initial emphasis of this conversation? Is this a task-oriented conversation, which makes them an analytic? Yeah. Or are they talking about relationships? This is really simple. This is really boiling it down to the basics. And that's a amiable. Awesome. So where it really gets interesting for you as a leader and a manager is, how am I showing up with these people? You know, so this would be, what type of coach am I going to be? What type of feedback I am going to provide? How am I going to apply this information to how I interact with people, how I have a key conversation? So that's what we're going to work on in the next few sessions. The one in October will be about giving feedback. So we're going to pull this up again. And social styles will be the basis of how you're going to give feedback. Because you want to be a versatile leader, so you want to be able to move from one style to another. In order to do that, you need to recognize the style, right? So with a driver, you are the driver. So even if you're an amiable, you can still be a driver. You can still be to the point. You can still be results-driven in your feedback or in your coaching. And a driver wants to be measured on results. So as an amiable or as an analytic, you can coach a driver on their results. You don't coach them on their relationships, because that doesn't do it for a driver, right? So same with the relationship of the expressive, you want to be looking at the big picture with the expressive. You want to really acknowledge their vision and their energy that they bring to the group. And an expressive wants to be measured on recognition. They want to be recognized as a visionary, and so they need recognition. With the analytic, you are the analytic with them as a coach.
Yeah.
And as an analytic, you are looking at being very organized. You make sure you're prepared. You have all your ducks in a row. You have all your information that you need. And an analytic is measuring you on precision, perfection. Right? So when you are talking with an analytic, let's say as a driver, you are the analytic. You look at and you give them recognition for all the details, all the thinking that went into their decision or in their report or whatever it is. Okay? And then, of course, with the amiable, you are the amiable. You're kind, you're calm, you are going to be pleasant, talking about the relationship stuff, the people stuff that you see them do and do well. And acknowledge that. And an amiable wants to belong, so it's really important to give them that feeling of belonging in the organization or in the team for whatever they do in the team. So that's how we're going to apply it. We're going to apply it in a coaching conversations, in performance feedback, in general feedback. That's for you is the next step of learning yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
Maybe this is my analytic coming out, but you said driver be a driver, analytic be an analytic,
Yeah.
amiable be amiable, and you said expressive do those other things. You
Be an
didn't say-
expressive.
Well, okay, you didn't say that. So
Okay,
is that what you-
I apologize. Okay, good. So it's
Okay, so it's just basically...
We're matching their style.
You're
Yes,
matching
match the
styles. Yeah. So here you are. Here you give appreciation for the recognition for the vision,
Yeah.
and you see the vision, and expressive needs the relationship part between the two of you. That's important for them.
So,
Yeah.
I have a question. I mean, what if you feel like that person's style is part of what's holding them back? You know, that